Hi guys, it's Aubrey from Muttley Plans. I thought I would hop on here and do some ink planning with y'all for the week of February 10th through 16th. So for those of y'all who don't know what ink planning, at least on my channel, means, it means I'm choosing my ink of the week that I'm going to use, like, to mark in my personal stuff, as well as the ink that I journal with in my personal pages. So what I do is on Sundays, which is today, hi, happy Sunday, I choose a kit or a theme. It's not always a kit because truthfully, I only have about 5 or 6 kits. I mostly use sticker books and stuff like that. But this week I do have a kit. It's going to be this Coffee Monsters Co. Sunrise to Sunset. I'm excited to use it. Some of y'all might be wondering why I'm not using a Valentine's Day kit, because it does not escape me that February 14th is in between February 10th and 16th, but I did it for 2 reasons. So one, I definitely was in the Single Girls Club celebrating Singles Awareness Day for about 27 years of my life, and so I'm just not a big Valentine's Day person, even now that I've been married and in a fantastic relationship for 3 years. I don't tend to hold a whole lot of stock on that day, other than avoid restaurants at all costs, stay home, stay safe. Anyway, but also, secondly, I actually wound up getting married the weekend after Valentine's Day. And so I actually saved my lovey-dovey kit for that week instead, because that week means more to me than this one, honestly. So that's my long spiel. The kit that I am using is the Coffee Monsters Co. Sunrise to Sunset. This is a kit that my husband, when he found out that I was switching to the A5 size, he actually bought it for me. It was super sweet. He got way more than I would have if I had to pay for it, but he got the full 3 pages. So this is page 1. It's super cute. I really like the different colors and how it goes from dark to light. And I just love how she does her emojis and just her doodles. Anyway, I could go on and on. I'm a huge Coffee Monsters Co. and Helen fan. And then here, oh, that's page 3. Just kidding. So page 2 is more functional, right? And I'm sure there's tons of channels that have gone through this, so I'm not spending a whole lot of time on it. But here is page 3. And then something that I really love about her kits is that she puts 2 of these here, and basically for me that's her acknowledging that, like, many people are going to use this kit over multiple weeks, not just 1 week. And so I really love that when creators do that, because it's more realistic and it makes this kit go a lot further and be able to be used and enjoyed multiple times throughout the year instead of just 1 week out of the year. So anyway, that's my spiel. This is the kit. I did pick out some inks from my collection. So I've got 4 that are samples, and then I've got 2 that are actually from my my actual bottles, okay? That's a little bit different than what I've been doing for ink planning the last couple of times, because my main goal for the ink of the week is to use up samples and see what samples I might want to purchase a bottle of. However, I was severely lacking in colors that I felt like would go well with this. So I went ahead and pulled 2 of my bottles, because those need to get used up as well, you know. That way I could potentially use those for this week. And because I only did like a small sneak peek of it in my Plan With Me last week, I did want to announce I got my first Esterbrook SD. Yeah, so I wound up getting reimbursed from my work for a continuing ed course that I had done last year. Yes, my main goal, especially the whole reason I have a part-time job on top of my full-time job, is to get out credit card debt. However, when this money came through, I decided that I was going to take about $183 of it to purchase my first Esterbrook SD. It is beautiful. I got it as one of their, bundle packages. So what I've been told and heard is that Esterbrook does not allow their stuff to be marked down or put on sale. And so what they do instead is they give you an option of a bundle, and that bundle is actually the same price as if you were to just get the pin. And that's not every Esterbrook retailer that does that. Only some. I think I got this one from Goulet. Yeah, I got this from Goulet because they still had bundles in the color of Esterbrook that I wanted. So I got this pin, I got this Esterbrook sleeve, and then I got 3, and I've already started using the green one, but I got 3 of these small notebooks, and they're just your regular like dot grid notebooks. The other one's already in my TN. But anyway, along with this pin, and so that was pretty cool. But anyway, I got this Esterbrook SD. It's my first one, and I got it in the Botanical Garden. And I will be very frank and honest. I do love this. But this thing's huge. Like, I've got small hands. Nobody ever tells you how large Esterbrook Esties are. But this thing's a honker. Like, it's legit almost the size of my hand. Just for comparison, my Natami that I've been writing it with weekly, this is the size of it. It's like, it's all there, and it's slightly thicker. And then also comparison, here is my TWSBI Echo, and it's even bigger than that. So I was kind of taken aback by how big this thing was, but I've liked it so far. I got it Thursday of last week, so like, of course I inked it up last week, just with an ink so that I could write with it, you know. But I will be actually using this to hold my ink of the week from now on. For those of you who are wondering, it is a fine nib. I am more of a medium nib girly, but they were only selling the bundle with the fine nib, and I wanted the bundle because, you know, I like a good deal. And the bundle's better than just paying the same amount for just the pin. Anyway, so yeah, and I actually like it. It writes very smooth. And in the grand scheme, because I see pins that are like $300, $400, $500, $600+ on some of these channels, which is totally fine. I appreciate those of y'all who have tons of those pins so that I can enjoy your collection without wrecking my bank account. But in the grand scheme, this was relatively reasonable, I feel like, in fountain pen land. The reason I went with the Botanical Garden is because I knew that I wanted to use this every week as my ink of the week pin. Because I don't want to not use my pins. Right now I have a relatively small collection. I've got less than 10 pins, and I use every single one of them every day. Well, okay, I use 8 of them every day for various things. And then there's 2 that I will use once, twice, maybe 3 times a week. So all of them get regular use. And I wanted this one to be the same. And I wanted all of the different colors on it. Because then I knew I wouldn't be shy to ink it up with whatever color I want for the week. Anyway, long intro, but quick recap. Got an Esty, Esterbrook Esty. It writes really well, and you will now be seeing this weekly get inked up and used, and yeah, pretty good pen. But I'm going to put it back in the sleeve, and then we'll get to actually choosing inks for this right here, this night or sunrise to sunset kit that I'm going to be using. So as I mentioned, I have 2 bottles from my collection, and then the other 4 inks that I will be swatching to kind of decide what I want to use today are all samples. So anyway, we're going to start off with my bottled inks. So I thought it was only fitting and a bit of a stretch, but we're going to, we're going to ride with it a little bit, okay? But to pull my Coffee Monster, bottle of ink, it is a dark brown. And when I say it's a stretch, I mean I stretched to the point where I was like, the roof of this house is brown. That box is brown. Like, the owl is brown. Like, I was looking hard, so don't know if it's gonna make the cut, especially because we do have Autumn and Auburn as my ink of the month choice, which is this that's swatched right here. But figured I would pull this anyway, because I do like this color, so why not? Anyway, get this, and we're gonna swatch. So this is a gorgeous brown, and it actually comes out a little bit darker when you write with it. Whoa, click the thing. But I do like it. Like, I do definitely appreciate, I don't want too much, but anyway, yeah. So this is Robert Oster. I ran out. There, I got a little bit more. Robert Oster. Oh, too much. Oh, well, you understand it. And TCMC collab. And it is Coffee Monster. So, like I said, it is a beautiful brown. I like it. It's, yeah. I'm not a huge brown fan, at least not right now. I hear that, I hear several people on here saying, oh, I'm in my brown phase. So maybe one day I'll hit my brown phase. But I'm not there yet. But I do like this one, especially because I like how writing with it, it's kind of, I don't know, it's unassuming, I guess, which I like. I like inks that aren't like just gonna pop and, well, what am I talking about? I don't know. I think it depends on my mood. All right, moving on though. The next one I'm gonna try is this Periwinkle by Noodlers. So this one looks like I've used a lot of it, but in reality, I bought it, one, because it's on sale, two, because it was periwinkle in color and in name. And I think I mentioned this in one of my past videos, but my mom has a rare lung disease. It is called pulmonary arterial hypertension. And the month of awareness is November, and the color of the ribbon for pulmonary hypertension is actually periwinkle. And so I saw this and I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy that one. Unfortunately, it's a very, I guess you would call it a dry ink, or at least I feel like it was. Maybe I just didn't have it in the right pen. I don't know, but it wasn't like amazing for me when I tried it in a pen last time. And so the reason there's so much of it missing out of this bottle is actually because I brought it to an ink swap. Yeah, see, it just like automatic dries almost. I don't know. And then it shows that white through the paper. I don't know. It's just very interesting. So anyway, but it does have that pretty color, and it is truly periwinkle. And that's why I bought it. So this is Noodlers. And it is okay. So, and that is Noodler's Periwinkle. So it's very light and honestly, it's looking pretty stinking close to what I need for this kit. So who knows, maybe I will actually use this, because truth be told, I haven't used it a whole lot. I will say, if you look, and I'll do a close-up later, but if you look right in here, it's kind of already feathering on the Stalogy paper. That always makes me nervous, because I do not like when inks feather. That's the whole reason why I don't like my one bottle of green ink, which is Monteverde's Hope. But anyway, so moving on, I do have another purple. It's this Diamine, I'm going to mess it up, but Athol Violet. And it is a sample, so it's a very pretty purple. I do have Jacques Urbain's Imperial Violet. That's my ink of the year this year. But I didn't want to use it in this kit because I use it every day. So I feel like that's kind of cheating. It's going to get used up probably by the end of this year. Are pretty well used anyway. So didn't want to, and I guess I'm putting little dots there now. Anyway, but this purple is similar to the Jacques Urbain, my ink of the year. However, it's not got that sparkle or that shimmer in there. It's just straight up purple, which is good. So this is Diamine. And get a little bit more. It actually writes really good, which I think is kind of just how Diamine inks are, truthfully. Like, I don't think I've heard bad things about them, or maybe I'm just not on the right channels to hear bad things. I don't know, but it's really not that bad. Let's see if I can spell violet correctly. Looks like I can. Yay, education. So this is Diamine Athol Violet. And you can see it's a pretty good purple. Gosh, I don't know though, like that periwinkle. Anyway, moving on to the next one. So this one's a blue. I'll be honest, this one has a very slim chance of getting chosen. Just because I have used a lot of blue inks this year. And what is going on there? Y'all see that? It's like science things happening there. That made somebody very concerned, huh? That I shook that. But anyway, this does have a little bit of a shimmer to it, so I gotta shake it up a little bit. It's not going in a pin, so even if it gets bubbles, it'll be okay. Anyway, so Diamine Serendipity, but like I was saying, I've used a lot of blue or blue-like inks already this year, so I'm really thinking I'm probably not going to. And also, looking at this right now, it's a very dark. It's a lot darker than what I remember. So probably not going to be this one, but it is beautiful. And I do love the shimmer, because it's not like in your face shimmer, which I appreciate. So, and this is Diamine. And then Serendipity. Wow, I'm glad I didn't have another ink that needed to go by this one. That's a long name. Anywho, so Diamine Serendipity. And as you can see, like, there's not any dark blues in this, or maybe you can't, honestly, I'll have to check. But in the kit, there's not really any dark blues. It's all light blues. So, I really don't think that Serendipity is going to make the cut, truthfully. Let me make sure things are in. Yes, they are. Okay, I moved it over just a smidge. So this next one is Noodler's Cayenne. This one I chose because it's a very like orangey red, almost like a sunset color. And so I was like, maybe it gets used this week. This one I didn't actually choose. I just did the 8 surprise samples from Goulet Pens, which honestly, me being indecisive like I am, that is a blessing, because I would have either never chosen this one, or I don't know. I just would have never chosen any if I hadn't gotten the sample pack. Plus, sometimes you don't know that you'll like something, and it's so hard when you're online shopping and looking at inks to know if you're actually gonna like it, and you might pass something over because it looks different on the screen than it is in real life. So these samples where basically they choose for you is very helpful, at least for me and in my opinion, especially as somebody who is very new to inks and fountain pens and everything. But anyway, all of that to say, this is Noodler Cayenne. And I actually really like that. That's very much in your face. And it's almost the same color as like this, where the yellow transitions into the purple right there. So the last ink I'm going to show y'all, and then we'll kind of make decisions, is this Diamine Rosewood. So this is an ink sample from Goulet Pens that I did pick out myself, because I thought that it was going to be pink, and it was not. Rosewood means that it looks like wood, not roses. Anyway, so it's definitely more of a light brown with like a pinkish undertone. It's very pretty, but like I mentioned over here when I was going through the Coffee Monster thing, like I love this brown. It's pretty. It's great. I don't think I need more dark-ish browns than this brown right here. Like I'll probably have this forever and not need another brown. But it's nice to have this one so that I can, you know, if I get a wild hair, like maybe this week, I can use this one. So this is Diamine. And then I'll get a little bit more. I've really been enjoying this dip pen. All right, Rosewood. And that goes on a lot thicker than I feel like it would write. I feel like in reality it would write more like this latter half of the Diamine, and not quite like that one, unless you have just a crazy juicy pen. All right, but those are the 6 to choose from, and I'm trying to think. So this is the kit. What would I want in that pen? Oh, that Cayenne dried so pretty. Let's see. I don't think that Athol, and definitely not Serendipity. I'll be honest, Rosewood and Coffee Monster don't necessarily make the cut. Partially because I've already got this Autumn and Auburn, which is a light brown. Oof. You know, I think I'm gonna do... Noodler's Cayenne. Yeah, I think that's the one we're gonna do. So, I'm going to move this. And then I am going to grab Noodler's Cayenne. And we're gonna ink it up. So, again, it's going in this Esterbrook Estie Botanical Garden. It does have a fine nib. And that nib is long, guys. But anyway. Oh, it's a little wet. Dry it off. Alright. So, Noodler's Cayenne. And I'm just going to stick it in here. And bring it in. And I'll be honest, for this weekly thing, I'm not necessarily looking for a huge fill, although I tend to get a huge fill every week. Oh no, it's on my fingers. But yeah, and then just dip this in. That there. We're going to put this away so that I don't spill it, and then we're gonna put this together. Yeah, there's nothing on this. Good deal. So now bringing this back over. Let me make sure you're in view. You are. All right. So put Noodler's Cayenne in, and let's see if this writes on the first try. Yeah, it does. Oh, wait, there's two ends. Gosh, I do love this Esterbrook and how it writes. It's definitely a very wet writer, which I appreciate. And then, so yeah, that is the ink of the week in my Esterbrook Estie. I can't believe I have one, but anyway. I hope that y'all enjoyed this ink planning, and I hope that y'all have a good week. Bye.
Do some skilling for a little bit.
Ooh.
I love you.
I love you.